I don't think there's an introduction sequence quite like Law and Order SVU that gets me as excited to watch this show, besides Dateline NBC. And I don't know if that's a bad thing to admit, but it's true. Dateline NBC, which was originally titled just Dateline, began airing in 1992, and by 1999, there were episodes being aired 5 nights per week on NBC. This type of television show is considered a news magazine, which Britannica defines as having potential to draw very large audiences. I believe the journalists on this show do a good job of doing their homework, especially when it comes to very traumatizing and widely discussed stories. An important Dateline episode that I watched recently concerned one of a private in the army, Vanessa Guillen, who went missing after being violated by someone at her place of work. The reporter Andrea Canning, who has a personal connection to the military, did a great job of interviewing the family and also the ensuing protests that went along with her disappearance, of which people marched out arguing for better treatment of women in the military. However, it all circles back to the question, is Dateline doing this for journalism or is it just all for ratings? Even back when the show was first being aired, Britannica reported that news magazine shows like Dateline were just presenting tragic stories that media critics attacked for their tabloid-like approach to presenting news stories. They were even accused of playing a major role in degrading American journalism. The clickbait introductions and the very ominous titles for each episode allowed for this tabloid approach. Within these clickbait introduction sequences, you have people crying as they share a detail of memory of what happened to their loved one. And then you have an anchor like Lester Holt introducing the episode of someone being murdered with just the burning question, what happens next? According to Jacqueline Childcrow, H. Jamie Elsis, and Kimberly Meredith in their article, Mass Shootings in the Media, Why All Events Are Not Created Equal. It doesn't help that stories about crime are both inexpensive and easy to cover since they're commercially viable, popular, easily digestible, mainly unchallenging, and uncritical. So what do we audience viewers do with this information? Whatever you want. Honestly, the purpose of this series is to not only educate you all, but to also educate myself, as this is a lot of new information hearing about how we rarely get to hear that maybe this journalism isn't really journalism because it's exploiting people's trauma. While I still enjoyed Dateline and the predictability that the show has to offer, there are reasons that this show has a 30-year long run on primetime television.